Antelope Canyon in Arizona, United States. This is a slot canyon, a narrow and deep canyon, with two sections, Upper Antelope and Lower Antelope, chiseled out over millions of years. The upper section is famous for red sandstone walls on which the sun's rays form ever-changing and varied patterns. The lower section, pictured, is deeper and as beautiful, but is harder to access and is usually only frequented by serious photographers. Tiger Leaping Gorge in China, widely regarded as one of the most spectacular river canyons in the world and home to an indigenous tribe called Noxie. The Tiger Leaping Gorge is approximately 12,434 feet, 3,790 meters, deep from Mountain Peak to the Jinsha River. According to local legend, the gorge was named for a tiger that jumped the narrowest point, 82 feet 25 meters, to escape from a hunter. There are three sections, Upper, Middle and Lower, and the entire gorge is part of a World Heritage Site. Copper Canyon in Mexico, a group of 6 canyons nestled on the western side of the Sierra Madre Mountains. They covers 25,000 square miles, 64,750 square kilometers, and, combined, are deeper than the Grand Canyon in the U.S. The deepest is Uric, 6,136 feet 1,870 meters. Geologists believe the canyons may be over 100 million years old and were formed by rising volcanic rocks carved open by ancient rivers. Verdun Gorge in France, formed over millions of years by rivers flowing down from the snow-covered Alps and crisscrossing the limestone hills. This is the country's deepest gorge, 2,300 feet 700 meters, and runs for approximately 15.6 miles, 25 kilometers. A treasure trove of flora and fauna, it offers spectacular scenery dotted with traditional Provençal villages and a host of activities, including whitewater sports and climbing. Itambezinho Canyon in Brazil, the largest in Brazil. The canyon is special both because of the extent of green cover and rock formations that are over 130 millions of years old. Its vertical walls, narrow crevices and an abundance of flora and fauna, as well as its easy-to-reach location, make it a popular destination for nature lovers. Calca Canyon in Peru. The Calca is over 11,100 feet, 3,400 meters, deep at one point, making it one of the deepest on the planet. Located a short bus ride from the ruins of Machu Picchu, the canyon is famous for frequent and close sightings of Andean condors, a member of the vulture family and one of the largest birds in the world. Another highlight of the area are the terraced agricultural fields in which crops like potatoes, beans and quinoa are grown, as they have been since the times of the Incas. Kings Canyon in Australia. This region has been the home of a tribe of Aboriginal people for over 20,000 years. The canyon is part of the Waitarka National Park and is only a short drive from a famous Australian landmark, Uluru, Ayers Rock. Formed by water erosion, it is bound by steep sandstone walls that are over 330 feet, 100 meters, high at points. Treks up to the canyon rim offered fantastic views of the outback. Bryce Canyon in Utah, United States. Bryce Canyon National Park is home to a series of natural bowl-like formations carved into the edge of a plateau. It is also home to the largest collection of hoodoos, irregular rock columns, anywhere in the world. Perhaps the most famous of these is Thor's Hammer, pictured. There are over 400 species of plants native to the park, among which are ancient Great Basin bristlecone pine trees, some of which are over 1,000 years old. Dud Kosi in Nepal. The Dud Kosi River in Nepal and the valleys and gorges it created contains the melted runoffs from the glaciers of Mount Everest. On the Everest trek, one passes a suspension bridge, pictured, just before the ascent to Nap Bazaar over the narrow gorge of Dud Kosi. Blyde River Canyon in South Africa. Located inside a forest reserve of the same name, this canyon runs for nearly 31 miles, 50 kilometers, along the Drakensberg Escarpment, a steep slope, and is, on average, 2,461 feet, 750 meters, deep. Believed to be one of the largest in the world, it offers breathtaking views from the canyon rim, including one of the three rondables, three massive rocks resembling the houses of the indigenous people. Cathedral Gorge in Australia. Located within the comically named Bungle Bungle Range in the Pernalula National Park, the Cathedral Gorge is a spectacular geological landmark and one of only 2 World Heritage Sites in Western Australia. The highlights of the area are a natural red rock amphitheatre with a pool of water in the middle and the unusual beehive-striped rock formations. Fish River Canyon in Namibia. Despite the odd-sounding name, this canyon ought to be on a list of must-visit places should you find yourself in Namibia. Measuring nearly 100 miles, 160 kilometers, in length and 1,800 feet, 550 meters, deep in places, it was formed by the collapse of the valley floor, brought about by water erosion and movement in the Earth's crust. The canyon's appearance changes through the years and with rainfall, and it is home to a special species of antelope, the klipspringer. Yarlung Tsangpo Grand Canyon in Tibet. Formed by the Yarlung Tsangpo River, which then enters India as the Brahmaputra, this canyon is over 17,400 feet, 5,300 meters, deep at some places and runs for more than 300 miles, 500 kilometers. A part of the canyon, considered the most inaccessible, passes between the Namkabarwa and Jalapiri peaks, each of which is over 23,900 feet, 7,300 meters, high, and the entire area contains several climate zones, ranging from alpine to subtropical. Fjallajökull Canyon in Iceland. Carved out by the Fjallajökull River, the bedrock in this canyon dates to the coldest periods of the Ice Age. The canyon itself is believed to have been formed between 9,000 and 10,000 years ago by a retreating glacier. It is relatively narrow and short, stretching for approximately 1.25 miles, 2 kilometers. Hell's Canyon on the border of Oregon and Idaho, United States, with a maximum depth of 7,900 feet, 2,400 meters. This is the deepest river gorge on the North American continent and one of the most colorful. Its walls are layered in shades of yellow, red and orange. The canyon was formed approximately 6 million years ago as a result of the Snake River and boasts dramatic changes in climate, terrain and vegetation along its route. Kali Gandaki Gorge in Nepal. Surrounded by the Annapurna and Dhaulagiri mountains, the gorge is named after the Hindu goddess Kali. It is also known as Andhagauki. Apart from being a popular trekking route, the gorge has played a significant role in history by being an important trade route between Tibet and India. Havasu Canyon in Arizona, United States. Linked to the Grand Canyon, this area has been the home of the Havasupari tribe for over 800 years. It may be in a remote location, getting there involves a hike of 20 miles 32.2 kilometers, but the beauty and color of the ruddy canyon walls and lush green vegetation is worth the effort. The canyon is particularly noted for the brilliant turquoise blue of the water, an effect created by the limestone lining in its pools. Waimea Canyon in Hawaii, United States. Also called Grand Canyon of the Pacific, this stunning natural formation is 10 miles, 16 kilometers, long and over 3,600 feet, 1,098 meters, deep at points. The Waimea River, which runs through the canyon, has carved out brilliantly colored rock formations, in red, brown and green, and the area offers challenging hikes, 2 of which are the Ilai Nature Loop and the Kukui. Agawa Canyon in Canada. Nestled in verdant green wilderness that changes color with the season, this picturesque canyon can either be experienced via a leisurely train ride, the Agawa Canyon Tour Train. Serious adventure sports enthusiasts can opt to climb the 575 feet, 175 meters, high granite walls. Ice climbing is popular. Grand Canyon in Arizona, United States. Easily one of the most famous canyons, and possibly natural formations, in the world, the Grand Canyon lives up to its name at every turn. Carved by the Colorado River, The canyon's steep walls expose over 2 billion years of geological evolution, and the area is home to over 1,700 known species of plants. The canyon itself is 277 miles 446 kilometers long, 18 miles 29 kilometers at its widest, and over 6,000 feet 1,857 meters at its deepest.